Hi guys, welcome to Netgate Chemistry. So in the previous video we were on the topic of particle in a 1D box and we were discussing about the normalization of wave function, and we were discussing that we will be using psi into psi star d tau equals to 1 integration. So that way we will be normalizing the wave function psi is equals to a sine kx. Now we need to substitute the value of psi star and d tau, which will be a sine n pi x by L into a sine n pi x by L dx integration equals to 1. And after solving you will be getting value of a is equals to root under 2 by L. Now in this equation you have to substitute the values. Psi will be equal to a sine n pi x by L because value of k is n pi by L. Now if we want to find out the energy at various levels, so how we are going to do that? So we have discussed a formula, k square is equals to 2me by h cross square. Now also we know that k is equals to n pi by L, right? So what happens here, if we do square both sides, so we will be getting k square is equals to n square pi square by L square. Now equating these two equations, both are equal to k square, so these two will be equal as well. So it will be 2me by h cross square is equals to n square pi square by L square. Now from here keep this e to the left hand side and take these remaining things onto the right hand side. So you will be getting e is equals to n square pi square by L square. This h cross square will come in the numerator and 2m will go here, right? Or you can say you have got e is equals to n square pi square h cross square by 2 ml square, right? Now we know that value of h cross is equals to h upon 2 pi, so we will substitute this value of h cross here. So we will be getting e is equals to n square pi square by 2 ml square, and instead of h cross square we will be writing h square by 4 pi square, right? So pi square will cancel out with pi square and you will be getting energy is equals to n square h square by 8 ml square. N can be equal to 1, 2, 3, so on. This is translational quantum number. So this will be giving us the energy values at various energy levels. So now we will be plotting the energy levels. So now starting out with n is equals to 1, okay? At n is equals to 1 we have got the equation e is equals to n square h square by 8 ml square. Now in this particular equation if you are going to put n is equals to 1, so it will be 1 square h square by 8 ml square. So you will be getting value of energy is equals to h square by 8 ml square, right? And the wave function psi, that will be equal to root 2 by L sine n pi x by L, right? We have wave function as root 2 by L. This is normalized wave function, sine n pi x by L. These two things you have to remember for particle in a 1D box. For particle in a 1D box, this is the generalized wave function and this is the generalized relation for energy. So at n is equals to 1, energy will be 1 square h square by 8 ml square, that is h square by 8 ml square, and psi will be root 2 by L sine pi x by L because n is equals to 1. Now moving on to energy level 2, n is equals to 2. So here energy will be equal to 2 square h square by 8 ml square, that is 4h square by 8 ml square. And here wave function will be equal to root 2 by L sine n pi x by L, that is 2 pi x by L. Right? After this, moving on to energy level 3, n is equals to 3, energy will be equal to 3 square h square by 8 ml square, that is 9h square by 8 ml square, and wave function will be equal to root 2 by L sine 3 pi x by L. After this, moving on to energy level 4, n is equals to 4, energy will be equal to 4 square h square by 8 ml square, that is 16h square by 8 ml square, and wave function will be root 2 by L sine 4 pi x by L. Right? Similarly, you can go up as well, right? So now here I have intentionally increased the gap between the consecutive energy levels. So why this is so, that we'll also discuss in a few moments. So right now these will be the energy levels, right? So now why I have increased the spacing continuously, that you will understand. So now we will be discussing about the energy spacing between the two energy levels. So how you are going to get that? So basically we are going to represent these energy spacings as delta E, right? We will be having different delta E values. So delta E will be given by difference between two energy states. So suppose if you want to find out energy difference, energy spacing between nth level and n minus 1th level, or you can say n plus 1th level to nth level. So how you are going to do that? It will be energy at n plus 1th level minus energy at nth level, right? So this will be delta E. So it will be equal to at n plus 1th level. What you are going to do here, instead of n, you are going to put n plus 1. So it will be n plus 1 square h square by 8 ml square minus n square h square by 8 ml square, right? So energy at nth level is given by this, at n plus 1th level given by this. Instead of n, you just have to put n plus 1. Okay. Now after solving, what you are going to get is, see here h square by 8 ml square will come in common, and in bracket you will be having n plus 1 square minus n square. So it will be h square by 8 ml square, n square plus 1 square plus 2n minus 2 minus n square. So it will cancel out. So what you will be getting is delta E here, what you will be getting is delta E is equals to 2n plus 1 into h square by 8 ml square. So this will be the relation used to find out the spacing between two consecutive energy levels. So using this equation, you can find out the difference between two consecutive energy levels. So far in particle in one dimensional box, you should know the wave function used, you should know how to find out the energy, and you should know how to find out the spacing between the energy levels. You should know these things. You should know Schrodinger wave equation. So do not get overwhelmed by the derivation part. You just have to remember these parts. Okay, so remaining things we have discussed so that you can understand how these things came up. Okay, so in the next video we will be taking up each energy state. For example, we will be first taking the ground state, that is n is equals to 1, and we will be discussing about the wave function and how to find out the maxima, minima and node in particular wave function. So first we will discuss about the ground state, then first excited state, then second excited state, and so on, and we will be having a generalized relation of finding these things in any energy state, and that way we will be getting the shortcuts basically of how to find the maxima, minima or node in any type of wave function in any state, right? So we will be discussing that in the next video. Meanwhile, I hope this video was useful for you. So far that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching.